required to cook today? The average man would say yes. The wealthy men just want a trophy woman, and they don't care. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip and get you guys perspectives on this. This is the icebreaker. Let's go.
You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Baby, Super Bowl Sunday.
Hamburger helper ready?
Hamburger helper.
Cheddar cheese?
Cheddar cheese. Try it, baby. Try it.
Cheddar?
Cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Oh, you got the Bel Air. Okay. Bomb? Yeah.
Bomb diggity?
Yeah. Yeah.
Only a boss will do it this big. Hamburger helper. Cheddar. Beef. Biggest. Luke Belair. Super Bowl big game Sunday like a boss. Nah, she the first person in the history to have a hamburger helper. Dang, we couldn't even get that away.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Are women required to cook today? Gentlemen, are they required? Is this an average guy mentality? I mean, obviously Rick Ross has millions, so I think he was being a little bit funny. It seemed kind of odd just seeing her cook, because I don't even think wealthy men's wives or girlfriends, I don't think they're cooking. I think they're going out to eat, or either they hiring private chefs. But I want to get you guys' perspectives. Are women required to cook today? Go ahead and go to Luis first.
I would hope so. I mean, how are the kids gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? Can't be eating out every single night and feeding them, cardboard food. I would say this. Look, I think there's a box set of skills that people need to have. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to life skills, cooking being one of them, and understanding like just balanced nutrition. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that you have in your kitchen? What is it that you have readily available? Like, what are you consuming? You know what I'm saying? Because like eating out, like for the gram and stuff like that's not every day. You know what I'm saying? That's like once a week, maybe once every other week, but you definitely gotta be mindful of what you eat. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, women today are raising women to be wives and learn how to cook, because it's an important essential. And a lot of dudes, I find that a lot of dudes today are also learn how to cook as well, because you know what I'm saying, it's a life essential. So I think that women are required to cook in this time era.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go to I see Shannon like absolutely yes. I'm gonna go to you, Kenny. What are your thoughts about that? You think that's an average man mentality? If you have money, would you require your woman to cook?
If I have money, most definitely. If the stipulation is if I was in a position where I could alleviate her and put her back in a traditional role, which most women aren't nowadays. And that's a stretch at that point in time. When you have a non-traditional woman now, there's certain exceptions that might have to be made. You can't like fund that if both of y'all is working and she's working and she's like, I'm not cooking. And that's a small argument that you don't want. But a man of means, you should get what you want. Most likely, I would like my woman cook. I would like to at least hit the door and smell the aroma of something nice on the stove. And as for putting my foot down, but I know a woman that recognizes a man of means, that's an allotment I think she can make.
Okay. Go ahead, Trev. What are your thoughts about it, sir? Are you requiring that woman to be able to cook? So you got millions in the bank, man. You got some investments, so you ain't got to be out there in the field working, because money is just being made in your sleep. You still gonna require her to cook?
I think Kenny kind of got it right there when he said, what he was basically explaining is there's nuance to it, right? So it depends. I know some wealthy gentlemen who still like it that their wife cooks, because it's nothing like a home cooked meal. Even if you get a professional, right? It's a different touch to it when it's just that home cooked meal. It's very difficult to source somebody that'll do that. Plus, I don't really like people in my house. I don't care how much money I got. If I had housekeeping come over like once a week or something, that's one thing. But I don't want anybody constantly roaming there. And then it's more than one meal in a day. It's 3 meals in a day. I want somebody in my house all day, like cooking that I don't know. I don't like strangers. I like privacy. I like to be, I don't want anybody inside of my house outside of my nuclear family. That's just how I feel about it. And there's a lot of wealthy people who feel the same. They just don't want a bunch of people in their house all the time, right? I think the main thing that you have to figure out is during the vetting process, you have to understand what type of woman that you're vetting. If you really want somebody who's going to cook and you don't, then you need to make sure that you put that on the table in the beginning. If these are the type of things, if this is the type of lifestyle you want, cool. There's some women who do have to work, and some of them are out earning the men, and they still cook. Some women just like to cook, right? Some men like to cook more. I cook once in a while just because I want to stay sharp, right? And some women come in not knowing how to cook, but I wouldn't mind teaching a woman how to cook as long as she is willing to learn, right? So it all depends on preference, but I believe it's completely personal. It's just something that you just have to make sure that you work out with that partner, whatever your arrangement's going to be, and stick to it. I'll leave it there for now.
All right, Trev, so you're going to teach her how to cook, so you know how to cook. Hey, Kitty, you know how to cook?
Yeah, mom taught me early. I'm West Indian.
Okay. What about you, Luis?
I do know how to cook. I actually learned how to cook from my father, who was actually a chef before anything else.
Okay. I'm going to say that I believe you guys. There's a few women I've actually.
No, that's real.
I'm
That's
saying,
real.
I propose mine.
I love the soup game.
Kenny hit it right. West Indian culture, they cook, man. That's no game. I grew up in a Guyanese household, and we learned to cook, right? I taught my daughter, and my wife taught my daughter when she was like a toddler. My son too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you learn when you're a toddler, how to cook. That's just in there. You have to do it like that.
My mom was strict on that. She was like, "Don't have no woman spinning you around. You're gonna learn how to turn the pot and cook a dumpling, and then you move on from that point." And that's also an impressive part where you bring to the table for certain women. A woman know you can cook, that gets you right in the door right quick, a little bit quicker.
Okay. Based off my experience, most of the women that I've experienced say that they know how to cook. But I'm just curious, Trev and Kenny, what is something that you notice right off the bat when a woman doesn't know how to cook? Like, what's something that you notice? Oh, okay, she really don't know how to cook.
Well, the ones that I have met that I've made bad mistakes with, those are the ones that I see that have been spoiled. One, two, conform to certain lifestyles of this new modern age where they have gimme and want in their mouth and they're quick to grab a menu. And I don't like to stereotype women, but that came hand in hand with the dates that I've been having with like certain females. It was like, okay, where are we gonna go eat? I'm not hearing nothing about let me fix you something, let me impress you. We're just like something simple. And it seems to follow suit. And I don't like stereotyping women, but it is what it is.